Hello everyone, my name is Miguel Bulosan, but you can call me Megs. I am a student from the School of New Media Arts of De La Salle College of St. Benilde, ID 122 from the AB MMA course or the Multimedia Arts course. Today, I am excited to share with you my knowledge about logo designs, which is a crucial aspect of branding for any company or organization. As a student, I do not have a personal logo yet, but I have analyzed and studied many different logo designs over the past few months. And I have learned a lot about what makes a logo effective and memorable. So before we dive into this presentation, I would like to introduce my teacher or my mentor, who has been instrumental in helping me develop my knowledge and skills in this area. Shout out to you, Miss Janjan. And their expertise has been invaluable to me. And I am grateful for all of the guidance and support that they have provided for me. So, in this presentation, we will be discussing the different types of logos, the elements that make a successful logo, and the importance of branding through effective logo design. We will also be examining some real-world examples of successful logos, and as well as some that could benefit from the improvements. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So, what you see here is the contents of this presentation. So, for set 1, we're going to be talking about the gathered materials for the 100 iteration project, which are the photos of the object, the visual branding, and the arts and design. For set 2, we have the created. So these are the figures and ground, the scamper, and the design history. For set 3, we will be talking about semiotics, the icon, the index, and the symbols. Here is the actual template of our project. Here, you will see the complete project including sets 1 to 4. So now let's move on to the gathered materials. So thank you again for joining me today as we explore the fascinating world of logo design. As you know, a logo is the face of a company or organization, and it is often the first thing that people see when they encounter a brand. A well-designed logo can communicate a lot about the company's values, personality, and style, and it can also help establish a strong brand identity that resonates with customers. In this presentation, we will be discussing about the different types of logos, the elements that make a successful logo, and the importance of branding through effective logo design. We will also be examining some real-world examples of logos, and as well as some that could benefit from improvements. So, here we have the photos of the object. The topic that I was given or have chosen are rings, so that so we will see a lot of round things for this presentation. We have here rings of different types, whether it may be silver or gold with design or without. Now we're going to be moving on with our art and design. As you can see here, we have different kinds of rings and different kinds of art with it. This gives the design a much more value, and it gives a meaning to the wearer of the ring. And finally, we have the visual branding. You will see here various designs of different brands and companies with their logos having a ring on it. And that summarizes the first set of this project. So before we dive into the second set of this project, there are things to know about logos. So let's start by talking about the different types of logos. There are 3 main types of logos: the word marks, pictorial marks, and the abstract marks. Word marks, as the name suggests, are logos that are composed of entirely typography, such as the logos for Google, Coca-Cola, and FedEx. Pictorial marks, on the other hand, are logos that feature a more recognizable image or symbol, such as the Apple logo or the Nike swoosh. Finally, abstract marks are logos that uses abstract shapes or symbols to represent a brand. such as the Adidas logo or the Pepsi glow. Now we're gonna dive in to the second set of the project. So what you see here is the figurine ground. Everything you will see within this part of the presentation was made from scratch and through trial and error. Every design here is an original plan, and these designs revolve around the ring aspect and made designs that had different kinds of positioning and spacing. Now we move on to the scamper. These designs were made differently and was made to give a little bit of an outside the box feel to the topic that was given. And now we're going to look at the design history. These designs now revolves around the physical aspect of the ring and are made to look at different kinds of rings or jewelry that you will have in your own boxes. So another things to know about logos are, regardless of the type of the logo, there are certain elements that are essential to a successful design. These elements include simplicity, memorability, versatility, and timelessness. A simple logo is easy to recognize and remember, even at a glance. A memorable logo sticks in the viewer's mind and creates an emotional connection with the brand. A versatile logo can be adapted to different mediums and context without losing its impact. And then a timeless logo is able to stand the test of time and remain relevant and effective for many years. So for the third set of this project, I have gathered materials for the semiotics. So let us start with the icons. For these, I looked for illustrations, designs, and physical aspects of rings in general. For the second part, which is the index, I gathered various designs of engagement ring boxes for a more direct link when you think about rings. For the symbols, I gathered for logos again. Just like in the first set, at this part, I may have had a hard time looking for designs that corresponds to my liking. But in the end, I found these designs that really fit what I wanted to see, which is the rings that had physical aspect but with different kinds of design. So, of course, not all logos are successful. Some logos can be confusing, forgettable, or just plain bad. Let's take a look at few examples of logos that could benefit from some improvements, like the Gap logo. The Gap logo is a notorious example of a logo redesign gone wrong, with a bland and forgettable design that alienated loyal customers. The London 2012 Olympics logo was also criticized for its garish and confusing design, which was very difficult to read and lacked a lot of any clear connection to the event that it was meant to represent. So now we're gonna talk about the visual designs that I have created, referring from the first set up to the third set of this project. These are the designs side to side with each other so that you guys can see all of them at once. Now we're gonna tackle about every single one and its sources. For the first one, I made it look like a sunflower. I also used cursive text to give it a smooth look with elegance in mind. I referred to my previous design from the second set for this, and I happen to already have the leaves background or the circle around it, the leaves behind it. I already have it in my inventory, so that's why I added it for a bit of spice to the design. So the second one is my favorite one, which is a Japanese style logo with a matching Japanese and English text, which translates the same, just in different kinds of languages. For this, I combined designs coming from the second set as well. For my third design, I combined 4 designs from the second set and made them to look like a Demogorgon, or from the series The Stranger Things, for a little bit of knack for thrills. especially if the event is horror or fiction themed. For the fourth one, I fused two designs to make a design. I referred to designs with a bowl or plates that had different designs on it. The fifth one was made with a cute aspect. I made this combining two designs coming from the second set of the project. For the next one, this was a very simple design. I made these with two designs that are very similar to each other from the second set as well. The seventh design revolves around a magazine design that I saw online and had the perfect logo from the second set to make it. The next design was made out of two designs from the second set. This makes a part from a vehicle called the coilovers, which was part of the suspension of the car. The ninth design is a bit loud because of the portals or light sources around the text. And this was taken from a design in the second set and was customized to fit the design. The last one was a bit common for logo designs. This is an inspiration for a locket or a necklace part to be worn by someone. This was originally a mirror that was taken from the second set. So that concludes this presentation. A well-designed logo is essential for building a strong brand identity and connecting with customers. By understanding the different types of logos, the essential elements of a successful logo design, and the importance of branding through effective logo design, we can create logos that stand the test of time and resonate with our target audience. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have found this presentation informative and very useful. Thank you.